Alex get a shot to start on Saturday?
Yeah, Alex will start on Saturday. Excited for him. He's been in here chomping at the bit, so we'll move on from there.
What have you been kind of waiting to see from Alex? Since obviously he didn't win the starting job outright, what have you been kind of waiting to see from him to allow him this type of opportunity?
Yeah, just take the reins, perform like he did in the first couple weeks of camp. Like I said, thought he was in a really good place, and Davis outperformed him in camp at the end, and would love to see him just take the reins and do what he's been doing, through those first couple weeks. And I think he will. He's had a great couple weeks of practice. So is Davis, but obviously got to perform in the game, and excited to see what Alex is going to do. And he's been in here setting his tail off the past couple days like he always is, but you can see it ramped up even more.
Watching Claude Mullins runs, can you compare him a little bit to Hassan Haskins a little bit? Do you see similarities in
Oh yeah, I mean that's the guy we compared him to last year. I always said, like, this dude's Hassan. He runs so hard, he runs physical. But just when you got Blake, you're not going to take Blake out. But the carries he got, he took advantage of. And right now, 15 carries for, I believe, 153 yards, averaging 10 yards a carry. Just unbelievable. Running hard, running physical, making guys miss, running over guys, running with speed. So blessed and happy that he's doing a heck of a job and doing what we thought he could.
What do you say to Davis in a situation like this to make sure he's mentally ready if and when you need him?
Yeah, it's a tough situation when the big thing we talk about is taking care of the football and putting it in harm's way. So he was very, he's a great team player. So to watch him on the field, after and celebrate Alex's touchdown and go up there and give him a hug, not much I needed to tell him to hype him up or support him. We'll continue to support him. He's one of the players on our team. Regardless of things that happen, ups and flows of the game, adversity. We're always going to support our players, but at the end of the day, we got to put the guys that we think are going to help us win at that time. So for us, Davis he's been awesome. He's been great. Obviously down, not happy about his performance by any means, but definitely still uplifted him in any way.
Yeah. Without obviously disclosing the game plan, I wonder if you could say how the offense shifts with Alex. I think what we saw sort of were more some run option, but do you still feel you can?
I'm not going to give you all the keys to the castle, but we have a plan in place for Alex and ready to put it on display.
Does it look similar to how it did, or do you think it's
I guess you'll have to see.
How hard is it to make a quarterback switch at this point in the season, especially before a game of this consequence?
It's part of the game. You got to make switches at other positions. You got to make switches when guys get hurt. You got to always be ready for it. So there's always a next man up mentality, and we've had to do that in this program, and we're going to continue to do it. So the whole team will gather around whoever's the quarterback and go win as a team. That's the goal.
And how much do you feel like you got enough out or saw enough from Alex, I guess, in the game Saturday to kind of feel confident about where the offense stands with him at quarterback?
Yeah, we're going to feel confident. We're going to put all we can into whoever's the quarterback, regardless of who it is. So that's going to be our guy, and that's what we're going to ride with.
When have you seen Alex at his best? We've seen these 3 games, but in terms of throwing the ball, and what can you tell us about what you've seen from him?
Yeah, he's got great arm strength. The accuracy has improved tremendously and done the things that we think can help us win. So, it's going to take great prep mentally and physically and spiritually this week to get him where we need to be, and I think he'll do that.
Has it been in fall that he's been with Sharp, or is it more in the spring?
Or both. Yeah, both. Fall, spring, summer, all those things. But obviously, we've got to go execute.
On the left, Alejandro.
Given the changes in style that Alex potentially presents, do you feel like you have enough time to install what you want to install with him for this week, or is it a sort of thing that would have to progress throughout the season? No,
we've got it all installed. The offense is ready to go for him, and we've got everything adjusted for him and his skill set.
On the right hand, Jaleel.
Sherrone, any changes on the offensive line?
We'll still compete at center, see who, watch the film. Dom actually graded a little bit better than Kripp, but Kripp made some tremendous plays, but then there's communication things. So for us, we've got to definitely push that envelope to see how we can, make that the best it can be. Felt like they played a lot more physical, ran out the ball. Obviously, when you run for 301 yards, it's a really good day on the ground. So felt that we made some progress there, so we'll continue to push those guys and push everybody in every position to make sure they're playing at their best.